Aries, Venus and Mars, and all Aries welcome, also cross watchers. This is now a special Aries lunar eclipse in Pisces reading. I usually do these monthly readings in this channel, and I do extensive reading then on my membership. So welcome to take my membership to see extensive. This reading is kind of made like extensive reading, so who knows, I put it there after all. But now I want audience to have this. I want you to be part of this. You can ask me a question. I can take one Aries question, and I felt like when I was gonna send a newsletter out, I have a newsletter on my Shadow Sister Healing website. I will add a link later on this in this prescription about my website. There is, for example, testimonials of all the private readings I made, the people who have taken it. Anyway, what I want to say, I was doing the newsletter and I was like talking in it how this is like the moment of understanding how Pisces is this universal love in good, and if not good, then we are like playing ourselves small. And then I start to think like, how am I playing myself small? Why can I not do a beautiful lunar eclipse reading? This is such a fated reading. Like this is, come on, like a fate happening in the eclipse today in the night. It's always like the things what happen in the sky is kind of fate moments. So why shouldn't I do and play a little bit bigger? And yes, if you like my reading, always give me like, subscribes, and also take my membership. Then I can be also bigger person in YouTube in the future. Anyway, let's go. Aries. So I have made this own spread, tarot spread about High Priestess, and the love letter from High Priestess was in the last card of this spread. And I made this reading, using my own spread in last Sunday Pickleball reading. And then I already thought like, oh, would I have really energy to do this same spread for all star signs? And I kind of was like, no, it's so much. But now I really decided, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's dream together, Piscean mystical energy. Let's embody the High Priestess, the one who can see beyond the veil, all the possibilities, what there is. Getting in the mood of this reading, I actually went and looked back to my some of them, like my own Gemini reading. I have made this kind of prediction for next 20 years about what happens when Pluto goes to Aquarius, because it was already there briefly, and now it's back in Capricorn. And what we are having now is like the last dance with the devil, because devil is Capricorn in signs, and Pluto is in Capricorn now until November. So we are having here also the last dance with the devil, and let's dance it like a rock and roll. Let's dance this last dance with the devil, and start it with dreaming with the High Priestess, a little round with the High Priestess. Then let's say we have this equinox energy with like a dark and a light sister. There's a lot of dancing show going on this autumn before the devil has done it. Magic. But let's focus. So now everything starts pulling a crystal. So there's all this kind of decks that you Aries can get. My reading starts always with mysteriously pulling your crystal, Aries. Look at throat chakra. Okay, we are already getting the Tarot of Opposition here. This will be your deck. Okay. Let's put a timer. I don't want to make too long this reading because I'm wanting to run through all this reading. Still, I give you a chance to ask me a question, so you can. We have here 1-1-1 card. This spread will have a position. What is your secret power? What is your dream? And we will place on that position this archetype card to give a little bit more meat in this reading. So we'll see it when we see that point. And what else? Yes, my fifth position of this Y cross reading, we are like meeting the time in this way, crossing everything what's happening here. So we will have 5 cards. But let me see what more. I'm gonna give you rune because I love to give a little bit more things. So Aries, what is your rune? Your rune is grace. High Priestess is very this kind of wise woman type, archetype. So somehow now lunar eclipse in Pisces is advising you to face everything with grace. Even a lot of emotion can come up all in this kind of eclipse. Keep the grace. And what else I give you? I think yes, I have made especially this kind of little bit like a life trap card about our bad beliefs, what can be there. So we put this into what you get to release position. So here we have that. So I will keep this short. I will make this reading now with my High Priestess, lunar eclipse and powers in shadows. And this is now spread for Aries to face what is happening in this lunar eclipse in Pisces and what should know. So first is current energy in the void to be transformed. Aries. Then we have what you get to release, what you get to keep. Now let's have this. What is your secret power in and here now, and what is your dream? And now last but not least, your High Priestess card will be on the bottom of this deck. Often in the readings, actually, bottom of the deck is something like a shadow. So we will bring out that what is the message from High Priestess, love message come. And if we need more cards, we can take the following cards. But this will be your reading now. I'm going to do my own spread now this way. So time is ticking. Let's see first. Aries, current energy in the void to be transformed. It's Three of Pentacles. Okay, this is kind of architect in the bureau. All the tools in place. I actually love this picture because my daddy, my dear daddy, is a tailor. I mean, he's pensioned already, but he used to have a workroom like this. He used to have all the rulers on the wall, and I would sneak into the room when I was a little girl, and I would really like admire all these rulers, because when you're a tailor, you have all kind of rulers, all kind of shapes, not just this kind of square, also round. And I found it very fantastic and magical. Of course, there's a paper roll also in the corner, so I use it in my drawings. It was for the forms when you do clothes. But yeah, it gives a little idea of my daddy busy at work. So current energy in the void to be transformed is this kind of agreements, what kind of commitments you do with the work. It is beginning of the school season if somebody's your teacher, or like what kind of deals you are making. That is now in this kind of void to be transformed, like what you commit yourself to. This is a good side of this architect or person in the workroom. It's busy, and I think I'm gonna read you immediately the message from it, because it could be more than what I now got. So if you ever like my reading, give me a like, and also subscribe if you already didn't. So this, let's go. So this is current energy in the void to be transformed is look for allies, companions, and supporters. With them, any form of work, project, or study will be better. You may be successful on your own, but you will struggle more. All your professional activities are favored. So it is really work related. Pentacles are usually related to work. And then we go to see what you get to release. You should release this. Let's first see this card for once. So this is usually a community card. What else it is? It is really like a coming together, even a marriage, but it is something about celebrations. Why do you have to release celebrations? Have you partied enough in the summertime? But I mean, it's a harvest moon now. What is it? Maybe you have to give a bit from your share, like not to hoard everything to you. It looks a bit like that to me. Like the harvest is here, but you get to release. So don't like keep everything to yourself. Learn to share. We have here also, I will read now this because I want to understand what is going on here. It's anyway positive, but you should release something about this. The achievement or important goal is within reach. You are close to getting what you wanted, alone or with those who love and respect you. Consolidating power and stabilizing energies will make you prosperous now and in the future. Harmony and tranquility will thrive in your personal and work relationships. Yeah, I think it was a similar thing, like don't do everything alone, learn to share. If you have harvested something, celebrate that win, because indeed we might be like moving from one harvest to another like without celebrating it. So you have to kind of release this. Could interpret it many ways. But this card was talking about like it's not just about you, it's about people. So something about this. I think you have to just share more what is good. Now we get to see this kind of bad belief. That is for sure you have to release. So you have here a little seal, and this is victimization, inner belief, anyone can hurt me. So I think it goes back to the fact like you have felt that somebody has hurted you in the community or in your, possibly in the work, like you have felt like you are not so safe. So it's better to be alone or something like that. Like at least your own company you can trust. So this kind of like, okay, the ice bear is coming to get me, like I'm a helpless little seal. I need a mummy or something. So something about this, because these are now together, it gives even a more content to this card. So if there is some community that you feel victimized, you have to release that. You have to kind of forgive. It's like karma is, this is totally karmic moment, this kind of like a eclipse. So I've heard this saying, and it's very true, like karma shows how we react to things. How we react, that's the karma. So if you have this inner belief that anyone gonna hurt me, then you might be already like ready to, like even they bring you like apples or some beautiful thing, you are like, oh, you're gonna throw apples at me. Like in some theater, like, oh, tomatoes, like have like a maybe better attitude, like a more positive approach about this community, how much you can be part of it, how much people can be there for you. Not that everybody's always like hurting, doing bad. They can actually help, and you are like a human being, so human connection is very healing. So yes, no more victimization. Now grow up and get away from this. You can be growing up. Yes, you don't have to be like this baby seal. you can trust everybody around you. That if you have a strong mother, of course, you kind of might grow up like the mother is taking care of everything, so then you don't have to, or something like this. But yeah, you can. It's very pure hearted. Anyway, now we go forward. What do you get to keep now in these times? Okay, temperance. This is like angel. This is a beautiful positive angel on your shoulder. Indeed, a positive attitude you get to keep, and even that you are like an angel to other people. You're like having the balance. You show the balance as example, like how balanced you can be. I'm gonna read this card. This is Major Arcana card. Important. I was just talking about the last dance with the devil. Like at least, Aries, you have an angel in there dancing. also, not just some devil. So there is some positive influence around you. No gloomy future. This Sagittarius also, this card. What is this? So what you get to keep your angel. Improvement of body, mind and psyche requires a balance of virtues, richness, compassion, commitment, moderation in all capacities. Harmony is found through mastery of passions, expanding the self in oneness with others. Increase in spirituality and faith will be favored. Your ability will be entrusted with an important task that will require responsibility and commitment. You will need to wisely and measuredly balance your strength and engage in meticulous and healing actions. You have the power to improve any situations, but you should only do so with pure motivations. Very like a high values, high goals, pure motivations. Now we see what is the secret power. What is your dream? Oh, Nine of Pentacles. This is often even this kind of independent single person, but here it's actually they share the happiness and the wealth. So it's a nice, like a even commitment. And then we have the dream of secret power. I would say this is really like a commitment. This is symbolizing that when you're committed to cause, you get things done. You're not just interested, you are committed, and then you do the work. Like me too, I came to this room like, okay, actually lunar eclipse in Pisces is totally like a shadow work time, and me as a shadow sister I have to be here. So you also might have this kind of commitment to certain things, like I will do this, this is my thing. I have some comment here, but I don't understand this so well. Which language is this? I'm not Indian. This sounds like that. Anyway, here we have also extra, this archetype card. So what is your dream? Oh, wow. The crown. So very wise person. If they have here a pentacle, or actually even a rose, golden rose in the hand, here is the crow. Wow, crown is the old wise woman. It's what the high priestess also is. So we have a high priestess love reading here, like a love message from high priestess. Now I would say this is a very essential information here. Like there is such like a love for wisdom, love for words and poems and all kind of like a things that get to be born in the dark times, or in the times when we have to dream. Like many fairy tale authors like Astrid Lindgren or Tove Jansson Finland, they started to write some very beautiful fairy tales during wartime because they wanted to dream more. And this Piscean energy is this kind of let's dream a better world. So here we have this crown that can go to the dark, but can go also to light, can travel between the worlds. And then we have this commitment. Wow, what a love is here. Yes, so we have Aries. Beautiful dream is this crown. Should I put it somewhere visible, maybe here? Maybe yes. So we see it here. Read a little bit of this card too, because this is your secret power. We are looking into the dark. There's a lot of secret power in dark. So what in this dark eclipse time can you dig the gold? It's commitment. Prosperity finally arrives. No matter if it's unexpected or earned, here's the concept of wealth will become clear to you, what it's worth and what it requires. You will have increased power over your life, and therefore you will become still more prosperous. Beautiful, like a dream of being prosperous and committed and have all the hard work pay off. And then even this wisdom, this we're gonna read soon. I think it's gonna be part of this dream of the high priestess that we now reveal. This is the love letter from high priestess, and what we have here, wow, love letter from High Priestess is that the High Priestess see you that you are the true king, man or female, but king has returned. The good king is returning. I mean, there is also this beautiful like a Aragon and Arwen moment here. Anyway, here is that good king coming. And this is the High Priestess is seeing like, wow, there is this true leader here. Now we have an eclipse. So we have a lunar eclipse, and it's all about this kind of void and vision and crying off the things that didn't work. But then we have the solar eclipse, and it's all about power, and this is already here like a powerful king of wands, the artistic queen, like an art leader, like a beautiful, like a taking the lead, like a, this is an Aries card also, this is a fire sign king. So High Priestess, I don't have to even say much. High Priestess love letter is like, yes, I love you, boss. You got it. You have it. Fire walk with you. I follow the light. Yes, there you go. thinking. Okay, so let's read about this crown, because this is really like a, together with this, it's almost like some Odin stories. Amazing. I love that this is your thing. Maybe part of the High Priestess, I will read you the King of Wands card. But I am happy to see this kind of leader there. You take the lead. You know what to do, Aries. So, you will be able to manage your kingdom with the right amount of strength, wisdom, and charisma. Take care how you choose your allies and be open to receive help and advice from those who will be subordinate to you. This period is auspicious for decisions. Express your power with an open hand and clear mind without excesses. Yes, time to be a good king. No bad habits. Now it's time to release all the dark habits. Yes, Grace was already here, very kingly showing up here also. Okay, now we read the crown still, because this is your part of your Piscean dream. Aries. I love to see this crown. Very, very magical and mystical, as the High Priestess reading should be. I'm glad I do this reading, even if I felt like, oh my god, 12 signs. This is only the first one, but it starts well with the crown. So Aries, this was in your dream position and secret power. The witch, the old man, the sage. The crown has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of maiden, mother, and crown. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration, giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. She laughs at the notion of good or bad, right or wrong, as she has seen the earth churning, smoldering, taking life and giving life. The crown energy accepts everything in devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using the energy to reveal hidden secrets and knowledge. Her energy resides in all of us, though it is feared by most for its power and unconventional relationship with death and the macabre. Awakening the crown is dangerously rich and unapologetically magic. And this was even in your secret power position. So yes, this power is totally like a very kind of dangerous power, even to have the dark power. So when light, magic, clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive, and wise, when dark, vindictive, bitter, isolated, and ostracized. The crown is the master of letting go, and residing is what is. She rejects nothing. The crown is often seen with the crow, smoke, night, and the moon. Wow, and now we have a full moon reading here. So crown and crow is here for Aries. Let me see what the comments. Is there some Aries here now? There is some questions. Rahul Kumar say hi. How are you doing? Is it going better after my reading? There is Madhura say, how did he feel the last time he saw me that night while crossing paths, please? So now my question was, usually is for this kind of question that you should be Aries. If you're not, if you can say me right away you're Aries, yes, I can take your question. But if you're not, I move to the next sign because I want to be fast with these readings. But if you are, say you are that sign and then your question. But I thank you now for this reading. This was the reading for Aries in the full moon in Pisces. We see you soon in Taurus reading.